Some of the efforts that we are working with our organization here in Milwaukee is to purchase and rehab a building. There's a lot of boarded up buildings within the city of Milwaukee. We have spoken to some of the city leaders in regards to purchasing a building. So we are moving forward with that. Financially is one of the most important things that we need. We are not funded by grants or government. Any donation that comes to us is private, based on the work that we do. Many people who have known our work for over 20 plus years contribute to us. So we have been very grateful that people still continue to give to our organization. Some of the things that we are working for is that the building and to purchase a U-Haul vehicle. Some of the donations that we get are much larger and we can no longer use one of the trucks that we have. It's way too small to pick up some of the donations. A lot of our work is throughout the city, not just Milwaukee. What makes us different within the city of Milwaukee is that we are open to everybody who is in need. We don't have a particular zip code that we only contribute to. It's whoever needs our help, we are able to give that back. The advice that I would give Latina women or women in general here in Milwaukee who seem to think that there's not a whole lot in Milwaukee. I think the importance is as people are getting their degrees, depending on the fields that they're going to, always be open. It's funny because when I went to school, I went for criminal justice. And I am not in the criminal justice field. And so it's always to stay open-minded of what you're going into. I think sometimes, you have a passion for wanting to make a difference, and sometimes you tend to look around and wonder what is important, what's not important. It's okay to change. You went for a degree and you're no longer using that particular degree or field that you went into, but to know that you are making a difference. I think staying open-minded is extremely important. Get to know other communities, get to know what is out there. I think especially for Latina women, being bilingual is extremely important. Having a second or third language is extremely important. I wish I would have learned a third one. But I think it's really important to know how you're able to contribute back to our community. Some of the things that I think people don't have an idea of, especially being a Latina woman, is in so many fields, they are always looking for bilingual, especially Spanish. I think one is the main ones. So always tend to look in different fields. Sometimes people don't realize that you're able to contribute back, but never, I always say never stay closed-minded, and never stay within only your own community. Come outside of your community, get to know people, get to know what is out there. I've had many opportunities, and that has been, I think, mainly because of my volunteer work. I've been I always use the word blessed because that's how I feel as a person of faith, that God has put me in different places for different reasons, different times. I love to work with people. So when you're working and you're going to school, think about what you enjoy. If you don't like being around people, that's okay. There are many places that you could contribute back to in different ways. I think that it's important to learn whatever network you have or don't have. Volunteer, get to know people, get to know the different networks, different professions that are out there. Sometimes you would think there is no way I would think in my life that I would be organizing or doing what I do, but the volunteer work led me to different paths, and it's allowed me to grow it. It's allowed me to contribute back to my community, but also it's allowed me to be the person that I am. So any woman or Latina woman who is searching, saying, I'm going for this particular field, but I am unsure, get to know somebody, shadow somebody, get to know if that's what you really want, but never be afraid to go beyond what you're looking at.